What's up YouTube, it's Tyler here, and today I'm going to tell you how I turn everyday products like this and turn them into cold hard cash like this. So, how do I make money selling these products? Well, it all starts off with the program that Amazon has created called Fulfillment by Amazon. And essentially what the Fulfillment by Amazon program does, it allows me to send my products to the Amazon fulfillment warehouses, and Amazon will then ship my products to my customer on my behalf. So instead of every day me waking up and packing 100 different boxes and sending them out to 100 different people, all across the country, I take all my units at the beginning of the week, I put them into a couple big boxes, and it gets sent off to a multi-million square foot, state-of-the-art warehouse out in Kansas, sometimes North Carolina, Wisconsin, wherever, and the Amazon employees will receive my items, they're going to store it, they're going to warehouse it, and they're actually going to locate the items geographically close to where they believe my end customer is going to be to save on shipping costs for me. So at the end of the day, what this is going to do is provide me with a lot of value because it saves me time, because I don't have to spend every single day packing products, shipping products, and I can just focus on getting new products and expanding my catalog and making more money. So how do you get started selling products on Amazon FBA? Well, there's a few different business models to it, and I like to incorporate a little bit of each of the different methods into my business. There's retail arbitrage, which is kind of the process of going into a retail store, say Walmart, Target, whatever, and going in there buying items on sale, on clearance, or even regular price items that you can then find and sell on Amazon for a higher price. This method is called arbitrage. It's a process of taking a product or a service in one market and then selling it in another market for a higher price. You can also do this through online stores, and this is called online arbitrage. So it's pretty much the same thing, but instead of going into a physical store and picking up the physical products yourself, you're ordering them online, and your supplier, Walmart.com, is going to ship it to your door for you. The third business model is wholesale, and what wholesale is you go to the manufacturer or the distributor and you buy mass quantities of that product in bulk at a discounted rate, and then you go and sell it on Amazon FBA. Fourth and final method, which is also something that I'm just starting to get into, is private label, and that's the process of taking a product, going and finding a manufacturer overseas in China, getting them to customize a product for you, build it to your specifications, and then you put your label on it, your branding on it, and then you're going to go ahead and buy that product, import it into the United States, and then sell it and promote it on Amazon FBA and make money that way. When I started out my business, I started it doing retail arbitrage, and what that is buying products from the retail stores and selling them online. At first, it was very difficult. I went into the stores, I spent hours scanning things, looking for items. I couldn't find anything, I didn't know what to do. It was frustrating. Eventually you start to get the hang of it and you start to learn what's going to sell well, what's not going to sell well. The model that I recommend, most people get into as beginners, because it kind of allows you to really learn the ropes and learn, what Amazon FBA is all about, and it allows you to get a taste for a wide range of products and really see what's selling well, what's not selling well. Alright, so when you're doing retail arbitrage, you're kind of going to find that some things sell really well, like this flower light that you can make $5 per unit on. And then you also find that some things don't sell very well, like this super old Tony Hawk game that I guess nobody ever wants to play anymore. I don't know if anyone played it to begin with. So, people always ask me, how do you make so much money selling shit on Amazon? And how can I do the same for myself? Great question. So let me tell you about how I started and what I think the best plan of action is for someone who's completely new to Amazon FBA and for someone who doesn't really have a lot of startup capital to start with. And to be honest, what I recommend you starting out with is retail arbitrage, maybe a little bit of online arbitrage, if you want to stay at home or you're not really comfortable driving around all that much. Retail arbitrage is definitely the best way to get started. You can start with a few $100. The more money you have, the more bigger profits, more sales, larger revenues. It's kind of all a game of investing your money and making it grow as quickly as possible. The same thing with online arbitrage. You can start with a few $100, a few thousand, whatever it is you want. Now, wholesale and private label, I definitely recommend you start those when you have at least a few $1,000s saved up, so that you can really attack them the right way. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for you if you're brand new to the space of Amazon. If you understand how Amazon works and you understand how products sell well on Amazon, then it might be something you want to tackle.
A lot of times people see on YouTube they want to do private sales or private labeling.
So let's talk about private label products on Amazon, and this is kind of one of those topics that everyone wants to get into, one of those areas on Amazon that everyone wants to be a part of because it's kind of the most glamorous, being able to more or less just sit back and have people overseas manufacture your product for you, send it to the Amazon fulfillment centers, and Amazon handles all the shipping for you. And really all you're doing is kind of sending money back and forth once you put in the initial legwork to get the product up and running. But the thing that most people don't realize is that in the past people may have been able to start private label products for $500, $1,000, something like that. those days, you know, it's not so easy to do that, and the products that, you know, you can do that with are much harder to find than they were, you know, a few years ago when Amazon was, you know, much less competitive than it is now. Because the reality of it is, every single day, more and more sellers come in, more and more sellers launch new products, and there's only so much room in the marketplace. There's plenty of room for everyone, but if you're not doing things right, your product is gonna get lost, you know, amongst all the other products. So what I recommend as a beginner, start out with retail arbitrage. If you really want to get into private label and wholesale, I recommend you start with at least this much money. Maybe 2 times that much money? Who knows? It's definitely advisable to get into those sectors when you have more experience in Amazon, because the biggest thing to success on Amazon is kind of understanding how people find products on Amazon and how Amazon works to push products to customers and really how the sale is made. So if you guys want to learn how you can start an Amazon FBA business with as little as $500 and start making consistent money and build yourself a 6-figure business, hit the subscribe button below and stay tuned for my next video, because we got tons of value coming your
We got tons of value coming right to you in the screen. You're gonna watch it and it's gonna be great. Swipe up,
subscribe, click.
and